Hey, what is up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of 7 Deadly Sins Origins. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going over Escanor's entire kit here, which seemed pretty dang broken from the little bit that I've read. And if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really does mean a lot to me. And today is the day I'm celebrating my birthday. Now, tomorrow is my actual birthday here, but I'm going to be gone all day. So technically today, I want to celebrate it with you guys. We're going to be doing a P5X live stream if you guys are interested in that, as well as we're going to be doing a 7 Deadly Sins live stream that's going to be later in the night. So anyone who can show up would be freaking awesome. But with that out the way here, we're going to get straight into it. So Escanor's kit got leaked, and normally I don't cover leaks, especially when it does come down to a lot of this stuff, but everybody was really covering it this time, and I say, you know what, screw it, let's go ahead and jump into the fun. So on screen you should be able to see this leak right here, which is going to be on my photos tab here. And if we zoom on in and move up here, you guys should be able to see this a little bit better. We have all three of his weapon leaks, the axe as well as the other two weapons themselves. So I am interested to see how this is really going to go, but I've only read a little bit of this one. What I've read from this one has only been the normal attack skill and the normal skill itself, or at least normal attack and normal skill. I haven't really read too much. I did kind of look at special attack, but haven't read too much here. But based on this character is going to be filthy. He's going to be freaking broken, and I guess we all kind of expected this to say the least here. But we have his main weapon, which of course is going to be the axe here. This inflicts damage to 202% of his attack, with all of his attacks doing at least the first hit doing 20%, second hit 23%, third 35%, fourth 54%, and then 70%. He then has his skill, or the normal skill itself, being Prideful Line, and this inflicts damage equal to 279% of attack. Then he is able to gain something called a Sunspot stack for 20 seconds. Apparently Sunspot is allowing him to increase his fire damage by a certain percentage, and is also based on his HP, so this character will need a little bit of HP inside of his kit, and at max stacks he will remove this and gain something called a Flare. Well, what Flare ends up doing is not only are we getting a 50% fire damage increase, but we're also restoring some of our max HP for the first time it's granted, and then also getting an extra 25% max HP, which is also very, very cool to see and really look at here. Afterwards, there is something called Fading Sun that we get, which decreases our max HP, which makes sense because it's kind of like being in High Noon, where we temporarily get a very big buff, and then once of course we get the Fading Sun, technically the High Noon's gone, and that's where we're able to obviously lose a little bit of our buffs, which is interesting. And then we have the special attack called Condensed Sun. This one makes him immune to all reactions, to kind of like King does, where he can stay in his little form, or like Daisy, where they can't really be moved. They can be smacked but not really interrupted. This is something of the same. He gets into a stance where he cannot be interrupted at all, and he can charge up a Cruel Sun by the looks of it here. It is based on the charge level going from 150 all the way to 202%. And then if you fully charge it, it does additional damage by 17% based on his remaining HP, which is also pretty cool. We didn't have the tag skill, which isn't anything too crazy, leading into where we're starting to get to more of the nasty crap, aka the ultimate move here. And they do explain exactly how this does work too, so we'll be going over that. But the ultimate move inflicts damage equal to 417% of his attack, and then adds this by 30% of his remaining HP. The first hit that is going to consume all of his magic points, which allows him to deal 50% for every point. So this is going to be a character that you want to build up all your magic stacks here. Of course, if you're able to use your combined attack, you're getting the extra 30% max HP, which probably would be smart if you can end up doing this with a combined attack, then immediately getting his ult again. This would probably be worth it. I'm probably gonna try to do some theory crafting based on this kit alone here, because getting up that tag skill just to try and use the most that you can use for this character does make me very interested. So I mean, like, you're able to use all those magic points to absolutely deal some devastational damage, but if you use the combined attack, you're also adding on to that max HP, which is a 30% of his remaining HP as well if you end up pulling them both off. So it might be better to try to do both of those ults back to back. Then we have the passive Sunspot Explosion, Well, he gains 1 sunspot stack for 20 seconds when attacked by an enemy, aka you gotta get this man to get smacked up a little bit, and if you do that, this can stack up to 12 times. Well, the sunspot stack that we went over earlier, it does give him fire damage and max HP for every stack, which is great. And eventually he will gain something called flare, which we also went over, which gives him more fire damage, more max HP, and eventually will be removed with fading sun. So I mean, like, this is kind of cool because then we can actually see how many stacks we're able to get. Up at the first skill, which was prideful line, it says we additionally gain 2 sunspot stacks here just by using it. So that is very cool to see that we're just able to get it from using our normal attacks instead of being attacked themselves. But there's only so much that you can do, so it's trying to promote you to also get attacked while also still dealing damage, which is still pretty darn cool to have there and get up your max at least attack stats there. Then we have how it works. Well, apparently with the axe, it is going to be fire element attacker who gains sunspot each time you get attacked. Well, each time he attacks an enemy, right? So of course you're gonna have flare activate once you get the maximum stacks, boosting your fire damage and your HP to deal like all your cool amount powerful damage, right? Well, after this, each attack an enemy hits you with gives you, of course, sunspot as well. This will also give you the same thing with the fire damage, the HP here, in which once you get the 12, you gain the flare effect itself. Well, this is gonna allow you to deal even more damage while also still recovering HP, so that's still a good thing. Then you have the special attack, which the special attack, it makes Escanor immune. He's allowed to, of course, to get past stun and things like that, knockbacks, so he will gain all of his HP, or at least gain some of his HP back based on the damage, which is pretty cool. Normal attack, you guys already know, dealing damage, and then the ultimate move, use all our magic points, deal a ton of damage. I think it's pretty dang cool to actually see this here. See that the first weapon itself is already this broken, and we haven't even gotten to the second weapon itself. So getting straight into the next broken thing here, loot bar. Now, Loot Bar is my main to-go top-up website that has been trusted for many years on my channel, and I've worked with them for quite a long time. They are a trusted, secure, and immensely cheaper option when it does come down to getting any type of in-game currency, especially going to the in-game stores. With things like Steam in them usually taking a little bit of a hardcore tax, or even some Google Play ways, this allows you to get up redeemable currency just from buying items while also having some good discounts to boot. With characters like Escanor right around the corner, Loot Bar will help me find the best prices for my gems while also giving me some crazy discounts and coupons along the way. Whether I can just go ahead and prepare for my summon videos, or maybe I just want to go get some different drip for my character, aka the costume summons themselves, this will give me the best prices I do need to look for. Which, thanks by the way, Loot Bar. But the way they do this is by using an official top-up channel, unlike unauthorized sellers do. Many of these sellers aren't really too trustworthy, but Loot Bar has been going for years, and even for me, I've been having this channel for about 3 years and have been working with them pretty dang consistently. This is even backed by multiple websites, and one of the most credible ones is going to be Trustpilot, having a review of 4.9 out of 5 stars. Though on the off chance that you're still a little bit skeptical on this and you don't like people being on your account, they did do a new option recently that allows for this whole new function called the self top-up system. Loot Bar recently added this in, and all you would need to do is download the app, log in on your phone, of course, pick the game of your choice, and then pick the item of your choice. Once it's all paid for, claim the packs in game that you paid for. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and with my link down below, you'll be able to get things even cheaper. For new users, you're going to get a decent discount coupon that is going to help you out a lot when it comes down to your first time purchases. And on the off chance that you're not even a new user, I also have a returner's discount as well. So if you use the link down below in the comment section, this will help you get all the gems you want or packs that you want that's going to be worth your $1. Hey, and if you still don't feel like doing it, you don't got to do it. It is definitely optional, but if you do feel like doing it, give Loot Bar a try. But let's get back to the video. So after that little intrusion, let's get back to the rest of the video. All right, so we didn't have the Greatsword. Now the Greatsword is pretty interesting as well here, because their first skill, which already I'm just loving the names of some of these dang skills themselves, is called Solar Orbit. This one inflicts damage equal to 168% of its attack and has a chance to burn, which is going to be very good for characters that really need burns in general. The first hit does 26%, second 28, third 40, fourth 74%. Well, of course, we already know what burn does, so we don't really have to go over that right now. But the normal skill is our skill that we expected, being Cruel Sun. Now, what Cruel Sun does, of course, it inflicts damage equal to 289% of its attack, and then decreases burn damage trigger interval by 50% for 10 seconds. Now, I'm interested on what that fully means. Like, does it slow down the burning? Or does it make it so the burn can technically last longer? I'm actually very interested on that. I may be being dumb a little bit. I am a little dense sometimes. So who knows? I maybe just didn't understand it, but it does seem a little different. So it seems like you're able to slow down the burn from even happening itself, which I think the next skill is going to really explain to us why we want it to be slowed down anyways. But it inflicts damage equal, the next one is Solar Impact, and this one inflicts damage equal to 173% of the attack. Well, whenever you're attacking a burned enemy, it inflicts 1 weaken for each burn stack on the target. This is probably one of the reasons why we kind of want burn, right? Well, cool part about this, in which I'm so glad I have a freaking burn ring that's DOT based too. This is for 40 seconds. It can stack up to 5 times, right? So on the off chance that you're able to use Cruel Sun a bunch of times to get off more burns or do all these other moves to get more burns, well, the weakened state increases DOT taken by 5%. This also can, of course, go up to 5 times, meaning you're doing 25%. This is starting to bring in a little bit more DOT meta, which is going to be really cool to actually see, because I really want to use Gila and stuff like that. So to see a character now try to take the initiative for DOT, it's going to be cool to actually see what happens. We then, of course, have his tag skill being Solar Ray. The ultimate move being Rising Sun, which sounds very interesting. It inflicts damage equal to 390% of attack, and when attacking a burned enemy, damage is increased by 3% for every 1 defense reduction stack for the burn. Well, we can get defense reduction off of Tristan, so it's starting to become very clear that there's going to be a couple different characters involved, ones that you probably already have built, in which they also get this from burning. The passive itself is called Guidance of Light. This increases all allied heroes DOT by 30%. Oh, dude, I feel like Gila stonks are about to go up soon. I hope this DOT damage is actually really good. But we got, of course, when attacking a burned enemy, the damage increases by 10% for every 1 stack. That sounds nasty. That sounds nasty. So, as they said, how does it work here? Prolonged combat, normal attacks inflict burns, accelerating burn damage, and weakens foes over time. So instead of what I thought it was going to be was what's it called, slowing it down, it's accelerating it. So it's going to make the burn tick even faster, which is going to weaken the foe. Pretty awesome. Awesome to see. Passive itself increases DOT teams, does normal attacks have a chance of inflicting burns. That's great. Each time burns are inflicted, Escanor's damage is increased, which is awesome, as well as the defense of the enemy is reduced. Cool. Special attack itself, just going ahead and reading this here, we can state, obviously gives us a certain number of burn stats and increases the DOT that they take. Cool. We have the normal skill, decreases the trigger interval of the burn, nothing too crazy. And then the ultimate skill itself deals increased damage to burn enemies, each scaling off the burn stacks, which do defense reduction. Pretty cool, nothing much. But alrighty, so that is that one, which is fairly freaking interesting here. We still got one more to go, so let's go ahead and take a look at that one now. I don't know if this is going to pop up right away. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, because this is number 56. Yeah, this is 86, not 86. I mean, not 85, not 86. So let's go ahead and do this here. You guys probably will see it pop on up on my screen. If you don't, I'm gonna go ahead and make another window so we can actually show it off here. So let's do window capture real quick. You might not see anything for a little second, and there we go. We got the automatic here for it as well. But let me extend this screen on down so we can actually get straight into it here. And this one I haven't heard anything about. This was the Sword and Shield here, and it seems like Sword and Shield does have, of course, its 4 hits called Mark of the Sun. 86% of the attack itself. First hit 13%, second hit 15%, third hit 22%, and the fourth hit 36%. Then there's something called Overheat. So this one's giving me more of my tanky vibes, meaning if you're using this one, you probably don't need to use Tank Gila, just depends on how it is. But Overheat, it does inflicted damage to 100%. This goes from 15, 17, 26, all the way to 42. So we have our first normal skill being Oppressive Flames. This one inflicts damage equal to 145% of his defense, then taunts the enemies for 10 seconds, which I do think is kind of interesting because it's all going to be based on his defense attack, meaning he's going to somewhat work like how Deanne does, where she can work with attack percentages and defense percentages themselves, but it's cool that he gets a taunt too. In the Overheat form, he does 135% of attack, removes 3 of his preheat stacks, which is a different new little buff that they have here, and this decreases fire resistance by 30% for 20 seconds. That's pretty cool. I feel like this is more going to be meant like if you wanted to use DPS Gila instead of using like Escanor, you would be using this for that, right? For the example with it, I can already see we have the fire resistance going down, so of course it's going to be Escanor on the shield, Tristan with dual swords to build up that burst as well as take advantage of the fire resistance, and then Gila being your DPS. As for the other ones, is more like Escanor will definitely be the main center for a lot of this stuff here. But we did have the special attack being Solar Onslaught. This grants all ally heroes fire barriers equal to 150% of defense for 20 seconds, and then inflicts damage equal to 110% of defense. Overheat inflicts damage equal to 104% of attack and removes 2 preheat stacks. This then increases the hero's fire damage by 25% for 20 seconds. And we did gain a fire barrier earlier, so obviously the fire barrier itself is a barrier that defends us, but at the same time it does a little bit of damage by 15% to enemies that are near every 0.5 seconds. Pretty cool. Majestic Strike is most likely going to be just him slicing downwards or something. Does 65% attack. Then we have the ultimate here. The ultimate is called Celestial Judgment Overheat, which gains overheat for 20 seconds and inflicts damage equal to 210% of his defense. Overheat inflicts damage equal to 190%, which is what we saw earlier. We get the 5 preheat stacks, inflicts additional damage equal to 300% of this attack, and then removes it. So he can end up doing some major bursting here with this move itself. We just have to see how the passives do stack rightly. Then we have the passive being Sun's Protection. This gains 1 preheat stack every 2 seconds while a barrier is active, meaning having the barrier efficiency shield, cough cough, the one you can craft inside of the workbench, might be very helpful. Preheat increases our defense by 10%, which is great, while also increasing our fire damage by 10% while Overheat is active. So they explained it, of course, it's good at defense and offense here. Obviously, he gets stacks through the barrier. These all can be used to get a taunt via Overheat, and you can consume this said thing to deal some powerful stacks of damage. Awesome. Well, we already know the rest of these because we've read them over here a little bit, and they're just kind of going over it again. So this is going to be an interesting character. I think this unit is going to be very busted. I don't think it's anyone's surprise that he's going to be insanely busted, to be honest, but wow, I was not expecting the actual set to be this way, at least. So you guys comment down below how y'all feel about this. Are y'all excited for Escanor? Are you not excited for Escanor? And be sure to check out the loot bar link, of course, if you guys do not mind using a top-up site. As always, this one is very credible. It is used by plenty of YTs, and I do use it all the time myself. So if you don't mind it, by all means do it. But of course, this is just a suggestion. But peace out, you guys.